Welcome, everyone. Dr. Stacy Holweger here. I am so excited you decided to join us this evening, or maybe you're catching the replay. Wow. For those of you that were here in Dallas or there in Dallas over the weekend, just drop a quick comment in the chat. One big, huge aha moment or takeaway from LifeWave's 20-year anniversary convention. Please let us know a big takeaway or something that was an aha moment for you over the weekend, because it was packed full of them, right? Ooh, meeting at capacity at 80% of 1,000. Wow. I've never seen that before on that Zoom. How exciting is that, right? That's how we were at LifeWave's convention this past weekend. We were at capacity with 6,000 people. So if you are new to this Zoom, if you are new to LifeWave, you're a guest, someone invited you, welcome. I'm going to share a lot of different things with you this evening. I'm going to share a little bit of information with you about our patches just so you understand how they work, what they are, that kind of set the foundation very quickly. But we're going to jump right into the two new things that were launched at convention. And I did create, thank God for AI assistance, did create two PowerPoints. You guys know what AI can do? Took my YouTube video, threw it in ChatGPT and said, make me a PowerPoint. I did. Oh my God. I mean, I had to go to one other AI program, but I'm telling you what, God love AI. Thank you for this part of the AI. Anyways, very helpful. And trust me, it's not frilly and fun and foo-foo like Dr. Harmon's are amazing PowerPoints, but it's going to get the job done. All right. So this information tonight is for informational purposes only. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not your doctor. I have a PhD in integrative medicine and a PhD in functional medicine. So I hang out over in the holistic world of different healing modalities and tools and different types of techniques and things in my toolbox. So LifeWave is something that I have been a part of for 3.5 years now, utilizing this technology myself in my practice with clients and tens of thousands of people all over the globe. If you have any questions about your health, please check with your healthcare practitioner, your doctor, or whoever manages you, and know that we are here to give you some great information, and the person that invited you here will actually be following back up with you and giving you any other recommendations going forward from that. Okay, so let's start first very quickly with LifeWave's X39. This patch right here is the flagship patch. This is the patch that has changed the course of LifeWave's history. Like I said at the beginning, we are a 20-year-old company. David Schmidt is our owner, inventor, founder, CEO. He is the man behind this technology. This is a non-transdermal patch. This non-transdermal patch is a wearable light technology. Now, even though this technology has been on the market for 20 years, you may or may not have heard of it. LifeWave's X39 has just been on the market for 5 years. We have a 20-year patent on this patch, and we are in year 4 of that 20-year patent. So a little bit of background information on the company. David's invented a dozen patches, but we are not just a patch company. We are a life technology company, as you're about to learn, as we're reaching 950 participants. Thank God for YouTube and recordings, right? So this patch is non-transdermal, meaning when I put this on, nothing enters my body at all, okay? And so this wearable light technology works with my body's own heat or light that I emit. I emit a low-level infrared light, and that's measurable. We know that. So when I put this patch on, you see that white part in the center, there's a lattice structure in there that is reflective. So I put the patch on, my body's light or heat that I emit reflects back a specific wavelength of light, as I mentioned before, that is patented. That wavelength of light enters my body and elevates a very specific peptide, GHKCU copper peptide. Why is this important? You're going to hear me talk about the two new things that David has released in conjunction with the patches this evening, because it's very important that you know that elevating GHK, that activating stem cells, which is what our patent states, that we elevate GHK in the blood and we activate stem cells. These two new technologies that David has invented support that. They support healthy stem cell production. They support hundreds and thousands of processes inside of the body. So this is our foundation. This is our flagship product. This is what we always use. This is our go-to, as it always has been. And of course, we use some of the other supportive patches as well too, okay? So I've laid my foundation. I put my patch on in the morning when I get up. I leave it on 12 hours, then I take it off and I throw it away. Now, during that 12-hour period, I definitely want to stay hydrated. We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But I am every single day wearing my patch at 12 hours on, take it off, throw it away, and then I turn around and do the same thing the next day. So how long do I wear this patch? How long do I have to keep doing this? Is this an everyday thing? Is this a just until thing? That's different for every person depending on your goals. My goals are longevity, prevention, overall wellness, vitality, longevity, right? Those are my goals. So I'm wearing this patch until I'm no longer on the planet. Why? It's a tool in my toolbox, just like all the other tools in my toolbox that help me with longevity and vitality and overall wellness and that huge component of prevention, right? I know we're at 1,000. Yay! All right, you guys. So this can be many things for many people, but know that time is your friend. The longer you patch, that compound effect, the more benefits you're going to gain, the more results you're going to see from this technology. Now, when we look at something that could be, say, for example, chronic, someone's been dealing with it for years on end, well, then we want to look at in probably even a little bit longer period of time. The body needs the time to get into balance, right? You got out of balance over a long period of time, you're going to get into balance over a long period of time. But know that when you are, and man, you're feeling amazing, right? So I want to share with you all some information about our new technologies that will be coming out. So I'm going to share this. Coming out Q1. Q1 means first quarter, okay? So we are in Q4 right now. We're in the last quarter. We have 12 months. And so we're in the last quarter of this year. So the beginning of next year, we do not have an exact launch date yet. But the beginning of next year, we will be launching the next two things that I'm going to share with you that are going to support our patches. Okay, they're going to support this foundation that we are building right now. You want to make sure that you can get your body in the best state possible. When you use this X39, it upregulates or resets a third of your genes back to their young, youthful, healthy state, activating those stem cells and helping the body to repair and regenerate itself. That's very important that you have that foundation. So like I said, I created a couple PowerPoints. I'm going to pop one up here for you guys and be able to, and Lori, Leah, you guys are letting people in. So I'm going to screen share. Fantastic. Here we go. All right. So the new first technology is called Cellergize. And why do I call it new technology? Well, because this has never been in existence on this planet. Now, the ingredients that are in here have, but the way that David has brought these things together for very specific reasons, as you're going to see on this PowerPoint here, are revolutionary in what they're doing, okay? And so this is what the box looks like, and you're going to get to see it here. This is our sample box, okay? This is just what we got at conference for sample. There was 2 daytime packets in here and 2 nighttime packets in here. When you get it, you will actually have 2 different tubs. And we're going to talk about this daytime formula and this nighttime formula, okay? And some of the things that David has talked about. Okay, so with this Cellergize, we're going to talk about both biological and physiological mechanisms inside of the body. David always, if you've listened to any of his Zooms, if you listen to my Zooms, I'm always making little tips and recommendations for other natural supplements, substances, vitamins, minerals, herbs, oils, things like that. They're going to help assist the body in balance because we know that the body needs nutrients. We know our soils are nutrient deficient. When we look at diseases, we look at nutrient deficiencies, and we look at an overload of toxicities. So David's always saying, well, you could use this natural substance to help with XYZ issue, or this vitamin, or this mineral. How many of you have heard me say Celtic sea salt? Please get Celtic sea salt. Put it in your water. Put a little crystal on your tongue. We need these things in our body. So David has brought the best of everything together in order to support our bodies as we are patching. Instead of having this on the countertop here, and this pill here, and this one here, and this one here, he's put it all together. Okay, so this was the beautiful PDF that was created by LifeWave. I just stuck that picture in there. This is what it's actually going to look like: a morning formula and an evening formula. You're going to hear from a few of the senior presidential directors on my team that were at conference that were able to try this here in just a minute. So they're going to give you their experience, and of course, I'll give you mine as well too. So as I said, there are definitely deficiencies. For example, vegan. I remember when I was vegan and I had to take beta-alanine every single day to help build lean muscle mass. That's a big part of carnosine and X49 because they're elevating alanine. We need beta-alanine. And if you're a vegan, you're not getting that because you're not getting the meat or dairy products. So of course, that's going to be in here. Copper. How many times have I recommended a square of dark chocolate? Right? I prefer that over liver any day. But a square of dark chocolate a day gives you 2 milligrams. We need that for our X39, which elevates GHKCU copper peptide. So being able to address these things is really important. So our morning formula complements our daytime or morning patches. During the day, we patch with X39, X49, and Energy Enhancer. When I first had this in the morning, I could immediately, and I'm a big electrolyte amino acid blend girl, always have been for about 10 plus years now, maybe more than that. I could immediately feel, with no caffeine, an immediate wake up. And I mean, in minutes, I could feel my brain wake up, come alive, and that energy come through my body, just like that. Evening time formula, I have no problem sleeping. I love Alavita to pieces. Never use silent nights. Don't need any help with sleeping. I put my head on the pillow. I'm out. What I could tell from the evening formula was as I was, sitting there sipping it, literally sending the last few text messages because we were at the senior presidential director retreat. So, sending pictures back and forth. I could just feel myself like I normally do. Anyways, it was just like a kind of like, and I'm out. So definitely supported that calm, relaxed evening time. Even so excited and sending pictures. So they're going to be revealed in January at our Vision event. But he's also going to be sharing a couple new formulas as well too that are going to be designed to enhance other LifeWave products that are coming. So some key ingredients. We know everyone literally on the planet is magnesium deficient. So it's essential for over 300 plus body pathways. This gives you, if you're taking it twice a day, it's going to give you a couple 100 milligrams, which is a typical dose. The big thing here you need to know about is sea buckthorn fruit extract. This not only provides antioxidants, but it is huge in aiding in stem cell activation. And we know that's going to go hand in hand with our X39 and our X49. So having this sea buckthorn put in here is a big reason why we've been delayed on this product coming to market. David really wanted to have something in there that was going to help support that stem cell activation. And of course, he talked a lot about creatine and improved muscle strength, but not only that, the cardiovascular and brain health, that cognition. And then to be able to support, again, most people are deficient in potassium, so support hydration, which is crucial for patch effectiveness. We talk all the time about water and clean, healthy water and being able to support that in our body. So this is what it looks like on the actual PDF. When you pull it up, it will be on the back of the packaging as well too. It's just not on the box. And you guys all have access to this. This is all available in your back office. This is the same thing, just blown up a little bit more. Again, I'm not going to go over all this. You guys can look at this, but packed full of incredible ingredients at the right amounts to be able to help support the body in its production of not only stem cells, but in everything else that it needs to function optimally. This is our nighttime formula. That's just it blown up a little bit. And there's some great ingredients on there like nattokinase, if you guys know anything about the COVID situation we had a few years ago. That is a powerful one to help get rid of some of those toxins that may have been put into your body. So looking at the synergy and integration of the products, the patches, the supplements, the new water machine we're going to talk about next work all together. Of course, the supplements are going to be added to the water to enhance absorption. You can, of course, add them to any water. I added them to water all week long because I may or may not have stolen Brent's and Trey's, so I could have many days of them. But it's definitely going to focus on those methylation pathways, looking at glutathione and, of course, nitric oxide for the cardiovascular strength and longevity, and supporting that energy and cellular regeneration and gene expression. Clinical studies have been done, and he talked a little bit about IceWave, that study that they did, and relieving pain and how they had success, but when they added in the electrolytes, right, may have actually helped, increase the patch efficacy because of them being deficient, right? So being able to provide more energy and mental clarity and seeing those positive outcomes. So suggested daily regimen is 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Empty stomach is definitely best for that absorption, but you don't have to. It's not required. And then using the patches for optimal results. And again, based on individual needs, but I feel like that definitely that 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening for that sustained energy, cognitive improvement, and muscle growth. Lastly, products are designed for synergy with the patches, as I said, powder formulation for better absorption in water, and supports the overall stem cell health and vitality, easy to integrate into daily routines without complex adjustments. This information, just so you know, I literally recorded David on the at conference, literally sitting there in the front row. I was recording him. I took this video from my phone, uploaded it to YouTube, and put it into AI, and it literally spit out, those are his words from his presentation, the information that he shared. So there's going to be more information to come. David has already done 1 training Zoom on these formulas, the day and night formula. He will be doing more as we're getting closer, and of course you're going to hear a lot of it at Vision. But I would love for you to hear from the senior presidential directors, Leah Stastny, Dr. Stan Gravely, and Laura Balzer, who are just going to give you just a couple minutes of their take on it, just from being able to sample it for a couple days, and then I'll jump right into the water. So, Laura?
Okay. Dr. Stacy, I'm so excited about these powders. Well, first of all, they taste amazing. And I agree with you 100% on that morning time, because you know that I enjoy my coffee. I love coffee. It's more of a taste thing for me than anything. But when I get up first thing in the morning, I'm drinking a full glass of water, and now I add the powders to that. And there was a direct difference in the way I felt prior to me having my coffee, which was huge for me. I felt hydrated. I felt awake. I just felt ready, right? The evening, I'm a fan of Alavita. It goes on the forehead every night. I can't help it, right? I just love it. Tommy does it as well. But that relaxed feeling that I got before I went to bed was very welcoming. It just kind of brought me down from the day. But I think the thing that really excites me the most about these 2 powders is, many of you know, prior to me becoming a part of LifeWave, I healed myself with stage 3 breast cancer nutraceutically. And it was very exciting to me to see the elements of these powders were basically the very things that were in my IVs. And for me to have that type of nutritional support to keep my body sound, healthy, is really a huge thing for me. And I know many people have been touched by that, but to be able to have that supplemental support so easily digested, I mean, Stacy, that's a big thing for me.
I love that. Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. All right, Leah, I'm going to turn it over to you, girl.
Well, I also love the taste of it because, and I just did the morning formula. I still have my packet for tonight to do, but I did mine after my workout, and I could just feel immediately like my brain was just so clear and focused, and I was ready to go, and I had all these things that I wanted to do. But you know what I love the most about this product, you guys, is, and if you've listened to any of David Schmidt's videos on any of the patches, he's always talking about these other things that we need to supplement our nutrition and the foundation with. And now it's all in one powder. It's all in one place. Like Dr. Stacy said, you don't have to take a pill for this and a pill for that to get those extra nutritions and minerals and things that our bodies need as that foundation. It's all in a powder. So that is the extent of my day powder, you guys. I'm definitely going to be trying the night powder, and I'm going to do it tonight without any of my night patches on to get a full effect of it. So I will be able to report back on that.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Dr. Stan, let's hear your testimonial from using the powders.
Yeah, I concur with most of everything that I've heard. It was like the first morning, I couldn't wait to get up and try it. I was anticipating being able to get this into my body because, as Leah said, these are things that David has recommended to us for really 3 years. And so for us to be able to have it in the convenience form is just really powerful. But I loaded up, I mean, I always drink water first, and then I loaded up my glass and put the supplement in there. And I guess I'm like with you guys, it was my brain just kicked on all 8 cylinders. I mean, it was just like I was lit up almost like it was almost Christmas tree effect, that my brain was just firing on a different level. And so that was really a wonderful feeling, to be able to get up and feel everything brightening up, in your brain. You're thinking clearer and everything along that line. And it's like I'm going to still drink a cup of coffee sometime during the morning. But I'm definitely going to look forward to having this little extra energizing in the morning. PN formula, I'm a little bit like Dr. Stacy. I usually don't have a problem going to sleep. I don't need silent nights. Obviously, Alavita is a whole different patch. But I did anticipate when I went to bed that night, so I took it. And I guess I can say, I feel like I probably slept a little bit better and longer. A lot of times I have a tendency to wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. I just wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock. A lot of times it's kind of believe it or not, a prayer meditation time for me sometimes if I get woke up. So I felt like I was just sleeping a little bit sounder and felt more relaxed in the evening. And as far as the taste goes, you're not going to satisfy everybody in this world, but I started out 35 years ago drinking a green food supplement that tasted like grass. And, I took it because I knew I needed to, and I just hold my nose and drink it. This supplement tastes very well. It doesn't have the grit or the aftertaste, that some supplements can have. So it's going to be a very smooth, easy drink for people to be able to almost enjoy, unless, they just for some reason don't like flavor, which I don't think there's going to be many people that will not enjoy the flavor or be able to tolerate it very easily.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you. I love the flavor. I felt it was very, the daytime was just a light fruity flavor. The evening was a light citrusy flavor. So thank you, Dr. Stan, for sharing. I appreciate that so much. All right, we've got Gary Homburg. Are you on here? Can you?
I am on here. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for asking me. And what a conference, say the least. Gosh, they just get better and better and better. My third one, and I've already got tickets and extra tickets for. I'm taking a couple of people that they don't know, If they don't buy them, I'm going to surprise them. So I'm looking forward to that. I was really thrilled and pleased with how good it tasted because I've had some other things along the way, and you want it to taste good. It was very tasty, so that was a plus. I did the AM one. The first day I wasn't sure if I had an empty stomach, so I said, okay. The packet that I brought home for Barbara, she gave up to me. She said, all right. I said, honey, I got to try it because, and I thought she said she had hid them. Okay. I said, did you say you hid them? So anyway, I tried it this morning. Definitely more energy, mental clarity part of it. The one thing that I really, really, really like is the fact that we now have something that has all that we need to get the best results. I personally don't do enough Celtic salt. I definitely drink enough water. Yeah, I forgot to take my vitamins this morning. I was at the gym and I said, I forgot to take my vitamins. So, this is something that'll make it much easier because like everyone else, I want to get everything I can out of what life has to offer, and what these patches have done for us here have been amazing, game changer. And now I haven't tried the PM. And I'll tell you why. I normally don't drink 16 ounces before bedtime, okay? So I told Barbara I'm going to set my clock basically for like 6 p.m. maybe, because if I have no problem going to sleep. I mean, I'm out within a minute. She tells me I don't know, I'm not there to witness it, but she says you were gone in less than a minute. It's staying asleep that kind of, sometimes in like Dr. Stan, I may have a wake up and then get back, but that has definitely gotten better. So I do wear the Alavita, and I do wear carnosinite and Eon. Those three I like. And but I'm thrilled that we now have all that David recommends to get the most out of these incredible performance patches that have been life-changing for us and a gift for so many. I'm thrilled. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary, for sharing. I know Susan's on here. Susan, can you unmute really quickly if you want to share as well? Can you unmute Susan Verholst? There you go.
Hey, how are you?
Great, thank you.
Good. Hey, I wanted to, and we've got Dr. Don here too.
Hey.
Hello there. Good to see everybody.
Good to see everybody. I just wanted to say I've been going to these conferences for over 40 years. Yes, believe it or not, 40.
Not LifeWave conferences.
No,
No.
to conferences.
Right.
I have never been to anything that even began to compare with what we experienced.
Mhm.
It's amazing. People should probably the tickets are sold out by now, but
No,
don't
they're
miss the next one.
Right. They're not sold out.
Don't miss what's going on here. It's cutting edge. I've never been more excited about an opportunity,
Mhm.
about the integrity of the company, the new products, the old products. We're at the right place at the right time. Now it's my life.
Hey guys. So thank you, Dr. Stacy. I have taken the product. I've only done the morning one as well. I instantly felt kind of just an overall well-being. I loved the taste of it. I thought it's really going to be for everyone. I know I can drink things that don't taste that good, but I know a lot of people cannot. So don't be afraid to share this with everybody. And I love the fact that it's going to prime our bodies to receive our biotech, our patches, even better. It's almost like when you're prepping a wall to paint, you want to fill in the holes, you want to sand. So when you put that layer of paint on, it goes on beautifully and smoothly, and you get the best result. And so these wonderful formulas are going to tune up our bodies to get the best results from the already powerful, life-changing patches. So I'm super excited about it. Thank you.
Thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so you heard from them. I would love to hear from more of you. If you were at conference and you tried the day and night powders, please put the information that you felt about them or your thoughts in the chat. We would all love to hear that. And I'm going to jump right into our water, because that is amazing information as well too. So this is taken from notes that I took during the SPD Senior Presidential Director Retreat. When David was talking, I was typing on my phone. He had asked for no one to record. I think maybe a couple people may have got the video, but I actually typed up some notes. And then I recorded his presentation on the actual day of the convention, the conference there in Dallas. And of course, that was 2 hours and 20 minutes. It is on my YouTube channel. Feel free to go get it. And we can figure out who is drawing on the screen. We can get them to stop. That would be fantastic. But I don't know how to make that stuff go away. Lord, you and Lee know how to make that go away. Oh, Lord. Don't draw on the screen. But anyways, you guys, the water full-length video, all of David's explanation is on my YouTube channel. So I did take, it's Monique. You guys, Monique is the one that looked like she just popped up something over there on the screen. I did take my notes and I put them into AI for PowerPoint, and then I went to my video and I screenshotted lots of components of it. So that's what you're going to see in this presentation. Hopefully we can get her stuff off the screen. So let's talk a little bit about it. Nope, it's not going to happen. All right, let me exit real quick and stop screen share because I don't want her stuff to mess all that up. Let me go back. And it's weird because I don't have sharing at the same time, so I don't know what button that is that makes that, where someone can draw on your screen randomly. And let's see, where is that? Is it this one? I think so. All right, let's try this again, you guys. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is what the machine looks like. It took 45 minutes to be able to make a 500 ml carafe of water. So we were able to get 4 glasses out of that. So basically the focus is on both biochemistry and biophysics within the body. Stimulating the skin with light is obviously biophysical. That's what we're talking about here with our patches. So we're going to transition from an internal stimulation to taking light inside the body, drinking water that releases light into the body. So when we look at biophotonic applications, reflector stimulates the skin with specific wavelengths of light. That's our patch, right? We know that cells shrink from 70 even down to 55% water, correlating cell size to age. That's why we talk about as you age, your cells become smaller. You need to make sure you are very hydrated. And again, that's why we're talking about the minerals, right? David found from the studies that they achieved 2 to 3 years of age reversal in 10 minutes, which is a lot of facts. So of course they've done their tweaks, but basically embedding light into the water changes the electrical charge around the cell, promoting youthfulness. So this is actually not your traditional structured hydrogen water, and we're going to hear more about this here in just a minute. We're actually embedding light into the water, looking at the bond angle. This picture is not fantastic. This was a screenshot from my video from stage, but basically this is what the machine looks like at one component on the inside. Water is filtered through 2 separate stages, removing all contaminants, all of your heavy metals, microplastics, all the toxins are removed. We have treatment stages that charge the water with hydrogen. So this is charging water with hydrogen, as I'm needing water right now. Patented technology that infuses light into the water when you drink. And that's a picture of the inside of it. That's a picture on the outside where you pour 2,000 mLs of water. And again, you can see some of the pictures look a little bit better. I found some online. So let's talk about this advanced water technology. Drinking water that releases light into the body is very different than putting a wavelength of light into the body from the outside. So they're going to work synergistically, okay? Embedding light by splitting hydrogen and oxygen, changing the bond angle of water. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's crazy. It is crazy powerful what you're getting ready to hear that it did to the insides, what we felt from it, right? So when metabolized, the light is embedded within the body, creating youth-promoting effects. measurable impact through blood tests, microscopy, and thermal imaging was done with the 80 participants from the first study. We look at bioenergetic measurements like the biopulsar to measure energy across the organs. Immediate changes were observed in the nervous system within seconds. I want you to look at this next sentence. Participants feel energy moving through the body within 15 seconds. 79 people. Out of a study with 80 people, one person, it took 2 minutes to feel something. The other 79 felt something in 15 seconds. That's crazy. Enormous electrical field detected around the heart and brain. So, given a little overview here, launching this new technology that's masquerading as a water machine. And of course, we're going to be putting our powders into it as we're patching, but tuned to focus on specific areas for targeted benefits. That's coming. With this water machine, David secured himself 20 patents already in the creation of this water machine. But in the very future, we're going to see a more focused, specific component. As I mentioned before, 2 more formulas coming out that'll be announced at Vision that are going to be able to help this water target specific areas. I don't know if your mind just took that on or not, I'm not really for sure, but that's pretty darn crazy and powerful. Supports NAD levels. NAD is the end-all be-all when you look at anti-aging. You can activate NAD. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not interested in injecting NAD. It's very painful. It's very time-consuming. It's very expensive, and it has to be done very often in order to achieve the NAD benefits that you're looking for. So drinking the water, which is not painful and very affordable and easy to do and costly, right? So very cost effective, be able to support your NAD levels. We're going to talk more about this amino acid metabolism here in just a minute because I took some screenshots from the video, but it also helps support the human growth hormone production and faster wound healing. We're going to talk a little bit about activating that KP pathway, enhancing immune response, and promoting longevity. So these are the screenshots from the video that I took with David, and these are the amino acids that were upregulated. So you could see benefits, and I'm not going to read all this to you guys because you can obviously read this, but at the end of the day, sarcosine as an amino acid is going to improve cognition. Drinking the water is going to improve cognition, improve your level of consciousness, right? This is huge, huge. Glycine, used to manufacture, of course, GHKCU and glutathione. That's huge for longevity. Glutathione, the oldest people on the planet have the highest level of glutathione. Glycine is elevated with the water. Longevity. Serine is huge for so many cellular functions. And you can see those that are listed on here. But again, looking at brain function, improved cognition is one of the main roles. Valine is one of those branched chain amino acids. I have used the BCAAs for years and years as being an athlete and working out. It's very important for, of course, endurance and energy, muscle recovery and repair. But if you look down here where it says valine actually lowers elevated blood sugar and increases growth hormone production. That's one of your BCAAs. Drinking the water is going to do that. Histidine is required for synthesis of proteins. Of course, when we look at carnosine, X49, antioxidant, right? Carnosine is composed of these amino acids, alanine and histidine. So being able to elevate histidine levels, pretty darn powerful. Got David in some of the pictures. Some of them I couldn't get to the side fast enough. He was switching. But of course, it's going to help improve alanine function. Alanine is another amino acid. When we look at X39 or X49, it elevates AHK, which is the alanine is the A. So we look at building lean muscle mass, performance, heart, brain, things like that. So again, carnosine and AHKCU with the X49 are made from alanine. Leucine, cut off a little bit there with his arm, but it's very important again for protein synthesis. Looking at the ATP, which is the powerhouse energy of the cells. Leucine is very important for that, but you can see down there where it talks about tissue regeneration, metabolism, and muscle growth. Methylhistidine is a different amino acid, looking at monocytes in the blood, bloodstream, kidneys, in the urine. So it's very high concentrations. You can see after skeletal muscle protein breakdown from intense exercise. And then we look at proline, which again has a huge play in collagen formation. So we know collagen declines as we age. Drinking the water is going to help with collagen production, lines, wrinkles, muscle, right? Collagen, there's 5 different types and it holds your body together. It's the glue that holds it all together. Drinking water, as I mentioned before, improves that KP pathway when we look at cellular regeneration, that NAD again, and then of course that immune system function is very important with that KP pathway. So, clinical studies and results. Things were conducted in 45 minutes to create the water. Results recorded showing increased in proline targets, collagen, telomere preservation, overall indicators, youth longevity, positive genetic expression. So, this is what I was holding a glass right there in front of it, just kind of waiting for it to pop out some water. But we're going to be empowering a new era of wellness. So LifeWave aims to integrate biophysics, biochemistry for age reversal and energy enhancement. Technology offers a novel approach to youth vitality and overall wellness with continuous advancements with clinical studies supporting metabolic health and longevity. We have more studies that will be completed here, he said, by the end of the month, with more coming, looking at 6 months, 9 months, 12 months of use with this water. He talked about using specific athletes and having them on a specific amount of protein every single day with specific exercises, drinking the water, versus those that were athletes that did not drink the water, and really looking at a lot of different studies here with people. So that is our PowerPoint on the water. I want to hear, we have about 15 minutes left. I would want to hear from all of you. If there are any other senior presidential directors on here, please drop in the chat your personal experience from the water. I would love for you to type that in the chat. But I would love to hear what those of you that drank the water, Laura, Gary, Susan, Dr. Dawn, Dr. Stan, and Leah, what did you feel from that water? We each got to drink a full glass of the water. And I would love just to know, what did you feel from it? Laura, I'm going to ask you to unmute first.
Okay, so again, I'm super stoked about this water because it's supplying the body with things that, and abilities is really what I should say, the ability to support itself like I supported myself when I was on my healing journey, which is huge for me. Please stop drinking tap water out there if you're drinking tap water, like immediately. But, you know, Stacy, hydration is a big thing for us. You and I talk about this. And I can tell you the first thing I really noticed when I drank that first glass, I felt, it's kind of hard to articulate, but this hydration, this feeling that just came over my body that really kind of eventually worked up to my brain, right? And so I feel so many of us are drinking so much water during the day, but honestly, it's not being absorbed correctly. We're not getting what we think. And I think having this water system be the delivery system of incredible hydration, but then being able to use the powders in that delivery, the way we're going to be able to support our bodies is like something we have never had or seen before. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Leah, what did you feel from the water?
You know, when I first drank the water, what I couldn't get over was how clean and pure it tasted. I drink clean water. You know, I drink high pH water, but it was different. It was just so clean and so pure. And I agree with Laura. You just get this feeling of feeling hydration. I don't even know if it was like your cells are just bubbling up because they're absorbing that water. But and I think I had mine in the middle of the day. So it really did make my brain just a little more clear. Just a little more clear is what I felt with drinking that water. And we only each got to drink half of the required 16 ounces because there were so many people trying to sample it that day. But I love that it is working synergistically, you guys, with the patch technology, right? It's just going to amplify what the patches are doing for our body, because we all know how important staying hydrated is. And like Gary mentioned a little earlier, we're all trying to do as much as we can to get our cells to absorb the hydration and the water that we're drinking every day. And this is just going to knock it out of the park to be able to drink 1 glass a day and feel amazing and really exponentially ignite the patches that we use.
Thank you. Thank you, Leah. All right, Dr. Stan, how did the water make you feel?
Oh man, it was a wonderful experience that I had. I mean, I got my glass and sat down on the sofa outside of the room, and I was just as soon as I started drinking it, I felt my tongue was like tingling. It was like energy was just forming around my tongue. I mean, I felt the energy as soon as I started drinking it. Well, I drank my glass and we were all talking, and it couldn't have been more than 3 minutes or so. I was just sitting there, and the next thing I know, I was just feeling euphoric. I mean, it was just like I was just sitting there going, wow, I just feel so, I mean, euphoric is the only word I know for it. It was really crazy. But then I felt a rush of, David was talking about the frontal lobes being energized. Well, I just felt like my whole brain, it started from the back and went all the way to the front. I felt this energy, and it was just like I was alert, energetic, but not hyper energetic. It was very not relaxing. It's not relaxing or high energy. It was just euphoria. I was just in a very wonderful state of mind. It was just like everything seemed more vivid. I mean, I really loved the experience that I had with it, and look forward to drinking it every day. And of course, as they all said, it's going to enhance everything. It's the biggest problem we're going to have is keeping people from getting too excited about the water and probably making it a miracle cure. We've got to keep that, as David says, we don't want to lose this technology. So I was really excited about what it helped me feel like.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Stan. All right, Gary Humberg, how did the water make you feel?
Well, I have to, the first day, unfortunately, it was too crowded and I missed the boat on that. So that was disappointing. I did get up there the second day. And I did, like Leah said, it was crystal clear. And I've never tasted probably anything that was as pure as that was. But what really had me excited was a couple of things that David talked about. Number one, this is a category out of 10 million plus patents in existence that has never been created before. Now, I don't know about you, but to have something that's never been created before, and it's something I'm putting into my body that'll reverse biomarkers of aging in 2 to 3 years, and a matter of minutes or seconds, whatever, and then to fine tune liver, lung, kidney, heart for repair. The potential of that is beyond anything I can imagine. And I did have a conversation with Garrett Johnson, and he kind of gave me one out of 3 scenarios. Not going to go into what it was, but I will tell you what it did for that particular individual in 2 weeks was a pure miracle. I mean, it isn't something that we can certainly, make claims. Obviously, the FDA certainly, we can't get everyone, well or healthy, God forbid. But what he told me for this particular individual, what had happened, just blew my mind. And now when that starts happening, as we get this, out to the public, it's going to be just like the patches. It'll be hopefully under the radar. I mean, we won't be ever allowed to make those claims, but I'm excited. Can't wait. We hear the 6 to 9 month time frame and whatever, but it's going to be a game changer, life changing, and enhance the patches. But I think what it's going to do is going to be right up there with what the X39 does. I'm thrilled. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gary. All right, Dr. Don and Susan, if you could
Yes.
the water
Yes.
feel.
Yeah, I'll just tell my story because that's the only one I've got. When we did it, as you know, it takes 45 minutes to make a new batch. And Susan was in the group ahead of me. So she came out with her water and we all want to taste this water. So I talked her into letting me have a third of hers. And so I took a little sip and I was excited, but I wasn't expecting anything. It's water. Well, I'll tell you what I'm excited about, really, Stacy, is that David Schmidt said 1 8-ounce glass of this can hydrate close to what 8 8-ounce glasses can do. He had me right there. That was it. And I really think if you know that about this water, it's improved water. And there's other improved water, structure water and other things. But I mean, the way he changed the hydrogen angle bond is not probably beyond what we're talking about tonight. Just know this. It's super hydration. Who wouldn't want to do it? Anyway, I took a third of it out and not expecting anything. And you know me, I went back out and started talking to people. And all of a sudden, I felt like in my brain, I could solve the world's problems. It was really a rush in my head. And I wasn't anticipating it. There's no way I would have thought that was going to happen. And so.
Yeah, it was exciting. Now think about this too. David has found a way to charge water with light. And when that light gets into our body and that light starts going into the cells, that's the type of thing that is going to change so many lives, as we're already changing lives. So
we're all children of the light.
To wrap it up, what I felt, and he said, pay attention when you do drink this water, pay attention to it. And a few minutes in, not right away, but I suddenly felt a subtle, almost like something going on. Have you ever had like a brain freeze from drinking something cold and it's almost like, ooh, that's kind of painful? This was the opposite of that. It was almost like something in the front here of my brain was firing up and becoming more alert. And it was super exciting. Thanks for letting us share.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. So, you guys, I will share this with you as we're wrapping it up here. The first day, the first group that went in, April and Grace is April's daughter. She went in first and she came out with a half a glass and she said, I can't drink anymore. I can feel this in my brain. I feel alive. I'm like, woo, not like drunk feeling, but very energized in her brain. And I said, well, give it to me. I'll drink it. Right. And so nobody had anything to eat yet. We hadn't had breakfast. And so I drank that, half a glass. So probably about 8 ounces or so, 8 to 10 ounces. And I immediately could feel it in my chest, meaning I could feel like, how you can feel like your heart, your soul, like you can feel this kind of like a warmth sensation. That's what I felt initially. Right. I was like, this is cool. That's great. She felt it in her brain. I felt it in my heart. And David talked about that during the presentation. Again, the 2-hour and 20-minute presentation is on my YouTube channel and its own length. You can listen to the whole thing. But he talked about the heart and the brain really being impacted right away with the water and that connection, that heart-brain connection. So then the next day when I actually got to have my full glass, and Brent did as well too, got to try it. Every time he went, they were out or the line was too long and the poor kid never even got to try it. But Brent and I both did the next day, and we did in the middle of the day. It was after lunch, and it immediately just felt more, I would say, gut feeling, as in good, clean. Like we don't have gut issues at all in our family, but it just felt very clean to the digestive tract. And I'll say it was very clean for the digestive tract as well, very later that day, which is a good thing, right? Very good thing always, especially when you're traveling. But couple of questions as we wrap up. No, I do not know the cost. All right, David did not share the cost. I know there have been talking to the leaders about payment plans with that so that it's made available to anyone and everyone. Don't have information on that yet either, okay? David's talked about a launch in Q1, as in February is what we were shared, the information we were shared. He's actually even talked about a contest for someone to be able to win a machine in January. So right now what they have are prototypes. They're not going to bring anything to market. And if you were there, you heard from Coleman, who is our COO. They won't bring anything to market unless it's ready for everyone to be able to purchase it immediately. We have right now enough patches for 1.2 billion people. We'll have enough for about 1.8 billion by the end of this year. We have never, ever, ever not been without a product. We have never, ever, ever not had a patch in stock, and we never will. Coleman's very ahead of the game. He's got the same thing with the powders, same thing with the water. So looking at Q1, don't know the price on the powders either. That information was not shared. I think just now getting everything together, adding in that Buckhorn, being able to have all the ingredients in, sourcing and pricing and packaging, all of that's coming. And I anticipate hearing more about this in the coming weeks and months as David starts teaching and training on these things himself. I'm obviously paraphrasing bits and little tiny baby pieces from the information that he shared. As far as the water, he said you only need 1 glass, as you heard Dr. Don talk about the benefits, but you still need to drink water the rest of the day. We don't just drink 1 glass of this water and be like, woo, I'm done, like most of you do. You drink 1 glass and you don't drink anything else but coffee and Coke or whatever else you drink. So you still need to stay hydrated. All right. Not saying these supplements are replacing all of your vitamins and minerals either. You can see the ingredients list. You can see that on there. Does that mean I'm going to stop taking my omega? No, right? You definitely still want your fish oils. It's totally different than these powders that have amino acids and electrolytes in them. So means my nutrients are going to be able to be more efficient and effective in my body, but making sure that I'm still doing the correct things. But with that being said, ballpark, don't have a ballpark. You can drink more than 1 glass a day, 2 maybe, but not needed. You're not going to overdose on light water. But this is light water. We are now a life technology company. And so the things that we are doing, the things that David is going to be presenting over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5, 7, 10 years are going to be able to support you in your life, your health, your longevity, your family, and all encompassing in what that looks like to be a holistic health family, right? To be able to be supportive, self-supportive. So that's all the information I have on the water machine and on the powders. Of course, like I said, they're both already on my YouTube channel, live right there from David. You can listen to him, share the information live to you. And of course, if you were at conference or you watched the virtual, you'll be able to listen to those replays for the next 30 days as well too. Probably a little better quality than my camera, but I did the best I could with, literally 36 hours to whip all this together, not even to whip all this together for you guys. But I wanted to be able to hear from other people that were there, to share their experience, and also be able to share with you guys what's coming. But at the end of the day, this is your foundation, right? Using this technology right now, and I'm not saying that to sell you patches. This has been our foundation. This is activating stem cells are the holy grail of healing. You want them activated. You're going to use the supplements to support cellular activation of those stem cells. You're going to use the water with your supplements as the delivery mechanism to really help hydrate and also infuse every cell in your body with light. And we look at longevity and overall vitality and wellness. We look at the combination of these 3 things, knowing that using our X39 and our Eon or other patches, X49, are that foundation that's needed. So get back with the person that invited you. They're more than happy to help answer any other questions. They can direct you in the locations for the PDFs of the supplements and of course the videos to be able to watch, to hear it exactly from David yourself. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to my senior presidential directors for sharing your insights, your input, and your takeaways from these 2 new technologies with LifeWave. And we look forward to seeing you all on Zoom again next Tuesday. as I interview an incredible cardiologist coming up. You're going to want to see this information. So see you all then.